not already, but like I said, we still have plenty of summer fun for you guys to enjoy. Our last show
Hello, Williamson County. I'm Carrie Hudson, and welcome to It's About You, an informational program about the classes, activities, and special events of the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Well, as we settle into our fall calendars, Williamson County Parks and Recreation resumes some of our monthly programming. And today we're going to be talking about our senior programming. Joining us this morning is Mary Clark. She's the Assistant Administrator for our Seniors and Therapeutics Division. You didn't know you were going to be working in athletics today, did you, Mary?
Wow, I need to brush up on my skills.
No, I also need to settle back into the fall. My mind is on other things right now. But Mary, you also are our Senior Program Coordinator at the Franklin Rec Center, and Amanda Umphreys, our Senior and Therapeutics Coordinator at the Longview Recreation Center in Spring Hill. Ladies, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
It's always a pleasure, and like I said, you guys are really starting to settle back into your ongoing calendar of senior programs. Over the summer, you take a small hiatus from some of your monthly senior programs while your division operates Camp Will, our therapeutic summer day camp. But with that camp program behind us, you guys are gearing back up for another full fall session of programming for our seniors in the area. But before we get into all the programs you are going to be offering in the next couple of months, Mary, give us a brief description of the purpose of the senior division and the segment of the population that you all serve.
The senior division serves folks 55 and older who are active and just enjoy things socially and a little bit of friendly competition. We offer our monthly potluck and bingos, which always have a good turnout at both facilities, certainly growing at Longview. We also have fitness classes, aquamotion, power tools, things to kind of get people in shape, or for those who want to kind of get back into the swing of things, if you will. As well as our Wii bowling programs, Wii tennis out at Longview, giving folks a variety of opportunity where they can come and meet new people and just hopefully get involved in some new activities or things that they've enjoyed in the past.
Sounds great. Well, let's talk a little bit about the population, because what we classify as a senior is sometimes surprising to people when they're just kind of finding out about our programs. We classify a senior as anyone age 55 or older.
Yes.
And I know sometimes that catches people off guard. They're like, no, I'm not a senior. But then sometimes I think when they find out about what they get to participate in as a quote-unquote senior, they're like, oh, no, I'm a senior. That's okay.
And the discounted price is always nice.
And yeah, and I think some people appreciate that as well. Let's talk a little bit about your ongoing programming. You alluded to some of your fitness classes. Let's talk about those for a little bit. One of our popular fitness programs that is at both the Franklin and Longview facility is aquamotion. Amanda, kind of tell us a little bit about that program.
This is a great low-impact class that anybody can enjoy, but it's especially good for those that have like post-rehab conditions or arthritic conditions. So we encourage everybody to try it, and a great way to get active again.
Yes,
so.
And a fun water aerobics type class. Yes. That is, like you were saying, it's very forgiving on the joints. Any type of water exercise is always a little bit more forgiving on the joints, so the knees, hips, ankles, feet, those kinds of things. It's also a great way to get in some cardio work. I mean, a lot of people think, if it's in the water, it's not going to be that intensive, but it really is a very good program to get your heart rate up. And one of the things that we will touch on with all the program you offer is the social aspect of it. There are groups of people that have been doing these classes for so long that they're just like little families. Yes. They're always open to more people being part of their family, but there's a lot of camaraderie and spirit there, and these people really do kind of get intertwined in each other's lives. I know the Franklin Aquamotion program periodically gets together for monthly luncheons, and those kinds of things, and it's really a great way for people, like you were saying earlier, to stay connected and involved. And just to let people know about our Aquamotion classes, they're offered at the Franklin Recreation Complex on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:15 to 9 a.m. There is no class this coming Monday, September 3rd, as our facilities will be closed for Labor Day. In Spring Hill, we offer them on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m., which I think is a great trade-off, because people can kind of incorporate aquamotion into every day of the week now if they wanted to. You know, there's that option if they want to do that, which is another good thing to bring up while we're talking about this one class. All of your programs are interchangeable. People can participate in any of them. Just because you visit the Franklin Rec Center doesn't mean you can't go down to Longview and participate in something down there. The great thing with aquamotion, though, is it's an ongoing program. It's open to the public. There's no registration for it. You drop in when you want to take the class. You pay the fee, which for seniors is only $2. And then, Amanda, like you were saying earlier, aquamotion is really beneficial for anyone, so it's open to the general public as well. Those 54 and younger pay a slightly higher rate of $3 per person per class. One of the other great fitness programs you guys have, though, is called Power Tools. And Mary, that's a program offered at the Franklin Rec Center, so why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Power Tools meets on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, with the exception of the first Wednesday of the month from 2 to 3 o'clock. It's a land-based class, if you will, an aerobics type class, and for folks who are 55 and up. The good thing about the class is it gives you a good workout, but you can kind of go at your own pace. So while they do typical activities and movements, you know, standing up, moving around, they also offer some chair exercises, so you can get your heart rate up, get a good cardio workout, but you can slow down, and again, just take breaks if you need to. It's great for folks who have post-arthritic conditions, as well as anybody who's just wanting to get kind of back in shape and starting to exercise again.
And that is the truth, because the instructor of Power Tools is Miss Nancy Reeves.
Yes.
She developed this program for us and has really just grown and developed this program. It thrives around her. But that woman will whip you into shape. She does not care how old you are. She knows that everyone is capable of a certain amount of activity, and she really designs these classes to be innovative and challenging for people, but they're adaptable on any level. Which is, I think, like you were saying earlier, it's one of the things that's so great about the program. You know, if you do have some like post-rehab conditions that you're working around, or if you haven't worked out in a while and you're tentative about starting again, you know, she takes her exercises and she can break them down to the simplest level for you, and she can work them up to whatever level you're physically at. Which I think is one of the things that's so great about the program, is that it is accessible to a large range of people in different physical conditions, or working through different physical things.
Yes, so she also makes it a family-like atmosphere. You had mentioned earlier, a lot of these participants have been together for a long time. The neat thing is they're always very, very welcoming to anyone who comes in new. So that's a nice mixture of people who have, you know, been participating for a long time, as well as folks who just want to come in and give it a try.
And give it a try, absolutely. And I would recommend this class to anyone.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I think on some level it would kick anybody's butt. It probably would not. But that's just the kind of class that is. It's challenging, but it's adaptable, and like you're saying, it's very social and open and friendly, and a lot of great fun. Whenever you walk by that room when Power Tools is going on, they're just having fun. They've got the music up. You hear people laughing. I mean, if you can laugh and work out at the same time, you have found the secret to life.
This is true.
Well, Power Tools does meet at the Franklin Recreation Complex Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons from 2 to 3 p.m. Cost is only $3 for the program, and this is also another open class that does not require registration. You simply drop in and pay the programming fee whenever you'd like to try it out. Now let's talk more about some of your monthly social programs, because you all do put a lot of social activities into your calendar on a monthly basis to give people different opportunities to interact and enjoy different kinds of activities. And probably one of the most popular monthly socials you all have are your monthly potluck and bingo events. Amanda, kind of describe for us kind of what a traditional potluck and bingo is like.
Well, we meet and have a wonderful lunch, because we provide the meat and drinks, and then everybody provides the sides, and it's always fun to see what they bring in. And then after we enjoy lunch and socialize a little bit, we play some rounds of bingo, and again, we provide the prizes for that. So you just get to sit back and enjoy and hope you win something.
That's right. And then I do have to say, this is not your typical potluck bingo. And I'll tell you why I think that. because y'all don't have the typical bingo prizes. You all kind of take bingo prizes a little above and beyond, and I like it. And let me tell you why I like it. Because one day I was at the Franklin Rec Center, I was working, and the potluck bingo let out, and I saw these people coming out with their bingo prizes. And one woman had a big old thing of laundry detergent, and I was like, wow, that is the best bingo prize I think I've ever seen. Because let me tell you, she's going to go home and use that.
Yes,
it's not
she
going to get
is.
put in a drawer to be like, oh, I won this at the Rec Center potluck bingo. It wasn't just another box of candy, or something like that people get all the time. They were, I mean, there's some of that too, because that is fun, and who doesn't every now and then like a little piece of candy.
Exactly.
But there are some very practical prizes too that I could appreciate. And I was like, hey, I'd love a big old thing of laundry detergent. That would probably do us for like well, my baby is a bit of a spitter. That'd probably do us for about 2 weeks. But
That'd be 2 weeks you have it.
But hey, that'd be 2 weeks that I didn't have to go buy laundry detergent.
Exactly.
Like that. Love it. But I do like how y'all kind of take that next level to it. It's not just about the treat prizes. It's also about things that people can use in their everyday life. And, I think I saw somebody one time with paper towels or maybe toilet paper. Yes, we all need that. That works. That comes in handy.
Yes,
Love
it
it.
does.
Love a very practical, useful gift. Yeah. I love that. It's always fun. All right. Well, again, you all do these on a monthly basis. Starting in September, you'll be offering them every month. Until basically summer of next year. So we'll let people know when those are going to be, because these events actually do require registration. I mean, y'all do need to know up front how many people are coming so that you know how much food to prepare for the event, as well as an assortment of bingo prizes and things like that.
Yes.
Our first one in September is going to be at the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill on Tuesday, September the 11th. Then we will also have one at the Franklin Recreation Complex. That will be on Monday, September the 24th. Both of these events are from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Again, registration is required for the Spring Hill event. You can register through September the 10th by calling 615-302-0971 and speaking with a receptionist. For the potluck in Franklin on September the 24th, you may register from August 27th through September the 23rd by calling the Franklin Rec Center at 615-790-5719, again speaking with the receptionist to do so. These programs are free to the public. Again, we just ask that our participants bring a side dish or a dessert to share for our meal.
Yes.
All right. And another popular senior program, people look forward to these every month, and to be honest, I look forward to seeing what you're doing with these every month, are your day trips. You all do a wonderful job, I think, of picking out some of the treasures in kind of the Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky area for people to visit on our monthly day trips. And I'm sure there's a lot that goes into kind of unearthing these treasures, throughout Middle Tennessee. So Mary, tell us a little bit about your day trips, kind of what you all do with this program and what you guys are going to be doing with your trip in September.
Well, the day trips, we typically have a motor coach bus that provides our transportation, and our trips are combined, which is nice because that gives folks from closer to the Spring Hill area and Franklin a chance to meet, and Amanda and I have found that a lot of new friendships are made. We usually typically travel, like you were saying, Southern Kentucky, Middle Tennessee area, but in September we're venturing toward Jackson, Tennessee, West Tennessee, to Casey Jones Village, which is a historic railroad museum. And the thing that's going to be interesting about this particular trip is that lunch is included. It's a full buffet, and then we get to tour the home and the museum and just learn about Casey Jones and the railroad, and just see some interesting sights. So, and a great meal to boot. So
Exactly. Who wouldn't love that? I love how convenient you've made these trips. Because basically anyone who's interested in the day trip, they have to call and register. There's usually a fee involved because there is always some activity that's attached to them.
Yes.
But once they drive themselves to the rec center, they're done. You provide the motor coach transportation, which you factor into the fee of the program itself. So there's no outside cost once you pay that programming fee for the transportation or anything like that. and again, just makes it a wonderful little package for people and a great way for them to experience a few different things in and around the Middle Tennessee area. We need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll talk more about our upcoming trip to Casey Jones Village in Jackson, Tennessee, and other great senior programs offered by the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Y'all stay tuned. Welcome back to It's About You. We're talking about senior programs offered through the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. And before we left, we were talking about our monthly day trips. Again, these are fantastic opportunities for seniors to get out, explore the community around them, socialize, meet new friends. And we were talking about our September trip to Casey Jones Village. That's coming up on Monday, September the 17th. Again, it is, I don't know how y'all put this, a combined facility event. We do take seniors from both the Franklin Recreation Complex as well as the Longview Recreation Center. Seniors who are interested in attending can register through either location. If you would like to register, you can call the Franklin Recreation Complex. Again, that's 790-5719, or the Longview Recreation Center in Spring Hill at 302-0971. Registration will be open for this trip August 27th through September the 10th, or until the program's full. With our transportation arrangements, we do kind of have to close this registration a little early, a few days before the event, so that we can make the appropriate arrangements with the motor coach company and that kind of stuff. But again, a wonderful opportunity for people to get out, see new sights. Mary, like you were mentioning before the break, lunch is included with this trip. There's a total cost of $42 per person to attend this trip. But once you factor in the fact that that considers your motor coach ride to Jackson, Tennessee, the lunch when you get there, and the museum tour, it's a great little afternoon for a really good price.
And we find a lot of times people will tell Amanda and myself that they enjoy having the transportation provided, that a lot of times they wouldn't visit as many places.
Oh, sure.
You know, because they don't want to drive.
Yeah.
So it's a nice win-win for all of us.
I was going to say, it's a win-win. We do love that. Talking more about our monthly programs, kind of getting into some of the athletics of what you all offer. You guys do some really great sport programs in some very inventive ways. And you all do have some great bowling leagues that you offer. There is, of course, the traditional bowling program, but a couple years ago when we opened the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill, we adapted a more innovative approach to bowling and started offering a Wii bowling program. And Amanda, I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about this program and kind of what it offers and how it's a little bit different than some of the traditional aspects of bowling.
Well, we meet in the game room at the facility, and we have 3 Wiis running, so there's 3 lanes, and they just get together and play a little friendly competition, and at the end we have a tournament and usually a little luncheon for everybody, and it's just a great way to meet some new people and socialize and spend some time with everybody. So.
Well, and one of the things that I thought was so great about this when y'all first started this program at the Longview Rec Center, I think, Mary, you started this program when you were the coordinator out there, was the fact that, you know, because there wasn't really a bowling alley close to the Longview Recreation Center, but you still wanted to be able to offer some type of activity for seniors. And so I think the adaptation to use the game room and offer the Wii Bowling League was you know, inspiring in and of itself. But when you saw these seniors come in who are a little unsure about, I don't know what this Wii is, I don't know how to use it, you know, and how quickly they could learn and how great they got at it. And the fact that they could then use that knowledge and translate it into time with their families, with their grandkids, and be like, hey, I know how to play the Wii, let's bowl, let's play tennis, let's, you know, let's do all this stuff. And I'm sure they could probably, at the end of the first season, I'm sure there were some seniors that could show up their grandkids.
And they do, they tell us about it at the end. And so that's kind of fun too, but it makes them feel like, I guess they're, you know, up to date like everybody else. And again, talking about the quality time with families, you know, I think a lot of times if you have reservations, once you get the hang of it, it gives you a little bit of self-confidence.
Yeah, exactly. A little practice session. Well, I know that you have a program starting at the Longview Recreation Center in the fall, but your registration's already passed. Right. So the core group that's going to be participating this fall is already decided, but you do have room for spectators. So anyone who maybe is thinking like, I don't know what this is like, but maybe I'd like to drop in one day to visit, and maybe they can sign up for the next session, more than welcome to do that. We always love to have people join us for Wii Bowling. They meet on Thursdays, August 23rd through October the 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Again, that is at the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill in the game room. And then Mary, you are adding a Wii program at Franklin.
Yes, we're going to try it and see what people think about it and what our interest might be. And our setup's going to be a little bit different because we'll have 2 different time frames. But our bowling league will be on Wednesdays from 10 to 11 and then 11 to 12 because the facility setup is a little different than Longview. But I'm excited and hopefully people will be interested. It's going to start September 19th, but we are going to have a practice session the week before on September the 12th. And that will be open from 10 to 12 so that folks can come in, try it, see what they think, and then we'll just go forth and see what happens.
Great. All of these Wii programs are free. Yes. Again, they're open to the public to sign up to participate, but again, we do have a registration that goes on for these because we're only able to accommodate so many people because we only have so many gaming systems. But if you would like more information about the Franklin Wii Bowling program or to get registered for it, you can do so by calling the Franklin Center, and that number again is 790-5719. Now, Mary, you also have a traditional bowling league that is coordinated through the Franklin Recreation Complex that plays out at the Franklin Family Entertainment Center. You guys are getting ready to start up your fall session with that, so tell us what you got coming up.
We are. The group meets on Tuesday mornings at 9:30, and my coworker who was the senior coordinator before me set up this program years ago, and participants can come and they can bowl $1 a game, which includes shoe rental, which is a great deal.
Yes, it is.
And they can just stay as long as they want.
Bowl as many games as they like.
Yes, and the neat thing about this program is, again, talking about the camaraderie and the friendships that develop, they've done so well on their own, and so a lot of times they meet way outside of the realm of the dates that we offer during the summer, during the holidays. They just enjoy spending that time together. And it's a program where you don't have to register, you don't have to be a professional, and if you don't have anybody to play with, we'll find a team for you to, you know, just jump in and have fun and meet people.
And that's the great thing about a lot of these drop-in programs that you all offer is there's not all that commitment there. You know, if you think you want to try it out, great. Come on, see what you think. You know, and I know with a lot of seniors, you know, they're busy traveling, visiting family, you know, doing things like that. So there's not that tied-in commitment with I have to do this every Tuesday for the next 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 8 weeks or, you know, something like that. It's open at your leisure. Whenever you want to participate, you drop in, and when you have other plans, then you have other plans, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Very flexible. We love that. Let's move on a little bit now, though, and talk about some new programs that you all are going to be offering. Last spring, our department started a new dance program called Rhythm and Spirit, and it was primarily set up as a youth program for cheer, dance, and tumbling. But after the success that we saw from our first session, we decided that maybe we need to expand Rhythm and Spirit a little bit. So for our fall session, we've incorporated some adult and senior programs in there, and we have a senior tap class, which I think is going to be very popular because what I have observed from some of our seniors is they are dancers. There are some dancing queens out there that are dying to move their feet to any beat. And I think our TAP program is going to be a great opportunity for some of our seniors to have something new, or maybe reignite an old hobby. Could be something great for everybody. But it should be a lot of fun, and just, something new to try.
And I think it'll be a good way to kind of get a little bit of activity in, and like you say, maybe pick up an old hobby, definitely meet some new people. But I'll be interesting to see what kind of turnout we have for that, because I think that it will be popular, and it gives, again, it's one more thing different that people can do at a great price. At
a very good price. We'll talk about that here. So our fall is divided into 2 sessions of dance classes. The first session is already underway, but that's not an option for people to register for now. But our second session will be October the 11th through December the 13th. For people who would like more information on this class, I know the one at the Franklin Rec Center is going to meet from 9 to 10 a.m. And that is going to be on Thursday mornings. But you can view our full dance roster by visiting our athletics website at wcprathletics.org and clicking on the tab for Rhythm and Spirit, and you'll be able to see the full class offerings there and all the different options that there are. There are some adult classes, and then there's a senior TAP class as well. So something fun for people, something different to try. Mary, you mentioned the price. It's $70 for an 8-week session. I mean, that's a phenomenal price for, a 1-hour lesson for 8 weeks.
It sure is.
And it should be really, really fun, like you said. I can't wait to see kind of what happens with this program and how people turn out for it. But again, if you would like more information about Rhythm and Spirit, visit our athletics website or call our program coordinators, Jen Barnes or Christy McDonald, at 370-3471. And then we briefly want to talk about some of your senior services real quick. You all put together a wonderful quarterly newsletter called The Happenings. And it is 3 months worth of activity for any senior out there who wants to know when socials are, when trips are, when classes are, and all the different kinds of things that you all offer. Briefly, Amanda, tell us about The Happenings and how people can get included in it.
Well, Mary and I work really hard to combine all of our information into the newsletter, and then if you would like to receive one in the mail, you're welcome to contact Mary or myself. And we also try to have them out at the facility, so if you're just out working out and you want to grab one, they're available for you that way as well.
They are free. There is no charge for them. And I love that you all combined it into a quarterly newsletter because it gives so much information at one time. I know with my grandparents, they always seem to have something going on. And a quarterly newsletter is a great way for them to plan their time, and kind of incorporate when I'm doing this and when I'm doing that, and that's not going to work with this. I mean, my grandmother puts together more of a social calendar than I'm ever capable of doing. And it's great, though, because I love seeing her active and involved and doing things with friends and having fun. Again, if you would like to receive The Happenings, you can contact Mary or Amanda to get included on our mailing list. You can reach Mary at the Franklin Rec Center at 790-5719, extension 25. And then you can reach Amanda at the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill. Her number is 302-0971, and you can reach her at extension 18. And real quick, I know periodically you all do a little service session where you label the happenings to mail them out. You have some labeling sessions coming up in September, Monday, September 10th at the Franklin Center at 10 a.m. And then Tuesday, September 11th at Longview at 9 a.m. And if anyone would like to call the ladies to help out with that, we of course would always appreciate your help. Well, ladies, real quick, because we are running out of time, I want to thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have you in here to talk about your programming. Wish you the best of luck with all your classes this fall, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks very much.
Again, if you'd like more information about our senior programs, you can visit our website at wcparksandrec.com. And before we close today, I just want to remind you all about an upcoming event that we have for our music enthusiasts. The Williamson County Community Band will be presenting a free indoor concert at the College Grove Artsatorium on Sunday, August the 26th at 3 p.m. Join us for this delightful afternoon of live music, including a selection of concert pieces, jazz, marches, and patriotic music. The College Grove Auditorium, is located at 8601 Horton Highway. It's next to the College Grove Community Center and Library. If you'd like more information about this event, you can contact our band coordinator, Janie Mason, at 790-5719, extension 30. Thanks again for joining us for another show. We look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, remember, Williamson County, it's all about you.
So much more gone by already, but like I said, we still have plenty of summer fun.